Curry. And that's where I want to start. Steph Curry, been almost 2 years since he's been in a playoff game, June of 2019. So he's been out of NBA fans' consciousness. And they're not thinking about Steph. He's not in the big playoff games. And didn't see him in the bubble. And his year before. Where's Steph been? Oh, he came back last night. He was finally back on television. I don't know. Dominated the All-Star weekend. Won the three-point shooting contest and essentially decided the basketball game between the world's best players. Giannis wasn't the MVP. 13 of his 16 shots were like dunks and layups. Please. 2 weeks ago, LeBron came out. He's like, yeah, Devin Booker is the most disrespected player in the game. Bruh, LeBron, I love you. Guys never won a playoff series. Come on, LeBron. Steph Curry, there's been this weird resentment around Steph Curry. He grew up with money. He's not he's a little finessey. He's got a little shake, but he's not real physical. He doesn't dunk. Yeah. Everybody loves these hyper-athletic point guards, Derrick Rose and John Wall and Russell Westbrook. They don't make anybody better and they can't shoot. How about a new rule on our show? If you're a 6'4" guard and can't shoot, go play football. I'm not interested in you. Devin Booker, he's not the most valuable guy on his own team. It's Chris Paul. Nobody would dispute he's great, but I've always thought Steph Curry's fascinating. We just forgot about him for 2 years. But when he won that unanimous MVP, the first ever, there was this weird resentment around him. Remember this a couple years ago, guys were talking about their favorite players, and everybody's like, Westbrook. I'm like, can't shoot. It doesn't make anybody better. It doesn't make anybody better. Steph Curry shooting is better than anybody else in the world at anything they do in basketball. That's how good he is. Okay, think about this. Who are the three guards that are aging well? Dame, Steph Curry, and Chris Paul. Why? Two of them are great shooters. The third's a great leader and a good mid-range shooter. And there's always been this weird resentment about Steph. I think fans like him and kids love him, but the only thing he really stinks at is shoe design. Outside of that, he's the best shooter in the history of the world. He's the best ball handler I've ever seen, and he's probably the best superstar teammate. Oh, yeah, he's got 3 trophies. And none of those hyper-athletic guards that are on the cover of Slam magazine have any trophies. He's got 3. 1 before KD, 2 after KD, and this year, with virtually no help, he's second best year ever, 30 points a game. But for some reason, when you start naming great players, I don't know what it is. He just gets left off. Every time there's a list, it's Kawhi, it's Giannis, it's Embiid, it's KD, it's LeBron, all great players. And, Steph, well, he shoots. I don't know, it's crazy, but isn't that the league now? Well, he's not a great defensive player. Who is in the NBA not named Kawhi Leonard? Seriously, who's a great... Harden plays no defense. Kyrie plays no defense. Luka plays no defense. Zion plays no defense. LeBron does what he's in the mood in June. So I thought it was great that the guy that was out of our consciousness for a couple of years comes back and takes over the weekend. He's probably the weakest all-star there. Probably has the smallest bench press. He doesn't really dunk, although he got one this weekend. I know he's kind of finesse. His shoes look like something a pharmacist would wear. Totally, I'm all in on all of that. But I love the fact that he dominated the weekend with the world's best basketball players, and I love LeBron James' tweet yesterday. Finally got to share the floor with Steph. Well overdue, loved every second. Greatest shooter all time. Changed how the game is played by himself alone. Respect beyond words. Thank you. Finally, the best player who gets it now gets it. All right, this is something.